Hello, welcome back. Thanks for stopping in to watch me learn how to pour paint. I'm having a blast. I hope you are too. Today we're going to try a Dutch pour.
Yeah.
I hope you like it.
Say hello. Tabby. What? What is it? Say hello. Say hello. I know. Are you going to guard? You're going to guard the door for me? What a good kitten. Yes, you're such a good kitten. Hello. So, I might have mentioned yesterday that I was out of my white paint and I was out of my pouring medium and I was going to have to be mixing up something new. So, this is what I've got. It's a Signature Series interior 100% acrylic paint. I don't think it's what I wanted. I asked the guy for something that he had that was, it was high. I was looking for the high gloss base. I don't think this is a high gloss base because this says right on it that it's paint and it's white. So, and when I open it, it's just paint. So anyway, I'm going to try mixing this paint with my Floetrol. And Christy, this is Floetrol, and it is a I guess it's a paint extender. So what it does is it makes your paint flow more easily. So when you're pouring paint, you want it to flow quite easily. You don't want it to be too thin and watery, but you also don't want it to be too thick. So I think this is pretty good. So this is, I've mixed the paint and the Floetrol about 50-50. And it's just barely leaving a little bit. It's like, if you've ever made soap, it's like trace in soap. Is what I've told is, and so it was quite nice for me because I have made soap and so I know what trace looks like, and that is how your paint should look. And so I don't know if you can see that in there. Let me try lifting this up a bit. That light is not the best, is it? It's better in here, but so it just makes a pattern. You can see it just barely makes a pattern and then it sinks right in, right? So that's a very light trace. If it was a heavy trace, it would take longer for it to sink into the paint. But that's about the perfect consistency for pouring paint. So you can measure all you want, but paints are so different. All paints are different. Some of them are thinner than others. Some of them are really thick. Some of them are super pigmented. So the amount of extender that you need to add to them is going to change depending on the paint that you're using. So I know that is it Canella, who is my idol. I watch her videos all the time, and I just totally love her work. I'll put a link to her down in the description box, because if you haven't seen her yet, you have to. She's fabulous. Anyway, so she measures hers and she does 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint, and then like a 2/3 part of water. So my paint came pouring out and went way over the weight, and so did my Floetrol, and I'm really crappy at measuring, so I will have to try again. So, but I am still, it's not the same kind of paint that she generally uses. She uses artist paints and stuff like that. And this is just a house paint. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I haven't added anything else to it other than Floetrol. And not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but there is the start of my new white. I'll have to find something to put whatever I don't use tonight into something. And anyway, we're probably going to do some kind... Oh, well. So, let's get going. We're going to go at it from a little different angle tonight. Because... Oh, I keep banging the table. Sorry. I need a chair maybe that doesn't have arms that I can scooch up on. Anyway, I'm working on a different shaped canvas. It's not actually a canvas. It's a little chunk of cedar board. It's actually... This is hilarious. It's actually one of those little cedar boards that you get for barbecuing your like salmon and stuff on. Well, I got a whole bunch of them, but you know, I don't eat fish, so I was thinking maybe I'd barbecue some salmon on them if I had them, but I haven't yet. So here they are. I've got one here, and I've kind of coated it with a quick coat of white. This was actually the very last of my old white paint that I had in my little HP bottle. And you can see I pasted off or taped off the back. It's got a really pretty wood grain on the back, so if I don't ruin that, that would be nice for a backside of it, although I'll probably do something with it. Anyway, so, and look what else I got. Where is the camera on that thing? Right there, I do believe. So I went to the thrift store today and I bought a $10 camera, a $10 hair dryer that had an attachment on it. Well, I didn't test it in the store, and I got it home, and the blow dryer doesn't blow for beans. So I've taken, and I'm returning it tomorrow, but I tell you what, I am going to blow some paint tonight. Just one painting, anyway. I'm going to give it a shot. And so I've taped it onto my travel blow dryer, and we're going to see how that works. So this thing's pretty old anyway, and if I had an attachment for it, I would have already been using it. But so I've taped that on there with some duct tape, and we're going to give that a shot today too. And let's hope I don't blow everything to kingdom come. So the other thing I've done is I've mixed up kind of my own color here. I don't know what you would call it, but it's just a mixture. I'm getting tired of all the same old colors, same old colors all the time. So I took, this is that turquoise, and I love the color. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that turquoise color, but I wanted a little bit darker something. I wish I had something to make it really sparkle, like some metallic or something. But I don't want to put any of my gold or bronze or silver in there. I don't know what'll happen. So anyway, what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna coat this. I'm gonna see how bad my I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I'm going to I've poured some of my new white paint, and it's just that house paint that I showed you, that high gloss house paint mixed with Floetrol. It's 2 parts Floetrol, pretty much, and 1 part paint. And I'm going to just kind of pour it on here to start with and give this a good coating. And then I'm going to do a Dutch pour. I'm just going to do a puddle, I believe is what they call it, a puddle pour. And I know I have this great big thing, but for some reason this seems to work a little easier for me. Maybe because I'm still a klutz and I'm still learning how to do all this, but this seems to give me a little bit more control. And maybe it's the shape of the spatula too. I know that the one that Canella has is a totally different shape. It's kind of shaped more like maybe like an artist trowel or something almost. Anyway, so I'm just going to try and get a light coat of paint all over this. And then I still have a little bit of my white still in my little Elmer glue container that I'm going to use to flood and fill in corners and stuff. So far I'm kind of liking the Floetrol. It is making the paint flow nicely, but it's a new kind of paint that I'm using too. So is it the paint or is it the Floetrol? It's kind of hard to tell, but it does have a really nice consistency, and it is really leveling itself out, which is really kind of nice. I guess that's what you want it to do, right? In this case, you want it to kind of level itself out. Okay, so I'm going to do my puddle now. And I'm going to do a few different colors than I have done before. First, I better pop bubbles. Because they are coming up all over the place. And we're going to hope that we can blow this over the way that we want to. I'm going to kind of move a few things out of the way here. Oh my goodness. This could be crazy, Lori. Alright, let's give it a shot. So I want it on high. And I want to push that. And I come in like this. Blow that over, come on. Oh, what a piece of crap blow dryer this is. All right, we'll try going the other way. That ain't doing nothing. Oh my gosh. All right, where's my straws?
So here's a nice close-up of this piece when it was finished. This is before it's dry, of course. I'll show you at the end a picture of it all dried and tell you what happened there, which is another story. So I don't know if my paint was too thick or if my blow dryer was too weak, but I will try again with a Dutch pour because I'm determined that I'm going to master this technique. So stay tuned because it should be a fun journey. And let me know what you think of this piece, even though it ended up not quite being a Dutch pour. You can see here where when I finished it with the Minwax clear stain, it turned kind of yellow, which I really don't like, but it is what it is, and I'll just have to remember to finish it differently next time. Anyway, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you so much for being here. Have a fantastic day.